Later that same evening.
Oh, hey man.
How's it going, G?
Good.
Any idea what we're doing today? Because I couldn't come up with anything.
I don't know, I was sitting home all day. I was like, man, I'm bored. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm kind of bored too. It's really weird.
I don't know what's going on today.
I don't know. Well, let's figure it out.
Oh man, could watch a movie, but I think we watched all of these already.
Probably.
Right? Like, even on that far wall over there, I think we've seen all of those too.
Probably watched everything on Netflix, Amazon.
I don't know.
There's like nothing to watch. I don't know, man. Lego?
Flintstones Lego? Oh, it's already started.
Oh, there goes that idea.
Well, if it's already started, I don't want to do that. Did you give me a broken one? Oh, man. We can't even do this. What are we going to do
I'm
now?
not playing without sound effects and light. I can't really play guitar. Like, I'm slowly learning, but don't worry. No one will know we can't play guitar, I promise.
Who will ever find out?
Yeah.
Pretty close. Man, this sucks.
Right?
I'm bored.
You're bored pretending to play guitar?
Yeah, who would figure?
No one will ever figure that one
No.
out. Well, gee, you want to play some video games maybe?
What do you have?
PS5? Or Xbox?
These look complicated. Is there one with a big joystick with only one button?
Well, there's this one.
It's almost the same. Don't you have like an Atari?
An Atari? No. Games are probably boring anyway.
Oh, yeah. Getting bored over here. Man, I've been here for like an hour. Worst day ever. Man, I saw this from the videos, but he never lets me play with it. Oh. Oh, what's this?
Gee, I don't know what you're doing, but stop there. Whatever you're doing, stop.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, today's episode is brought to you by Opposite Day.
And boredom.
So now Professor Nosaj is going to give you some facts about the history of Opposite Day.
Why, thank you, gentlemen. Professor Nosaj here. Now, Opposite Day, according to websites like nationaldaycalendar.com and daysoftheyear.com, Opposite Day takes place January 25th every year. Largely regarded as a children's holiday, as it encourages creative thought and helps develop skills such as math, science, and reading, it's also an effective tool to increase vocabulary. So if you've got young children, Opposite Day can be a fun and effective day to do a little bit of secret learning. Now, in 1959, President Eisenhower declared that for one day only it would be Opposite Day. That was August 17th. He stated, "I declared Opposite Day a holiday at the behest of my granddaughter." I'm not sure when or how it got changed to every January 25th, but I also don't know how official the holiday is because, really, if it's declared official, can you really trust they don't mean the opposite of that? Regardless of how we got here, today is in fact Opposite Day, or does that mean it's not Opposite Day? Because the opposite of Opposite Day would be a normal day. But if you have to say Opposite Day for it to be Opposite Day, would that mean it's Opposite Day or not Opposite Day? Or does that mean every day is Opposite Day except January 25th? I think I've gone cross-eyed. Anyway, apart from the first Opposite Day, there are a few other notable opposites that seem to run with this idea. September 21st, 1973, the New York Times printed the first op-ed, which is an article on the opposite side of an editorial and usually written by someone not employed by the newspaper. 1970 also seen the premiere of a television show called The Odd Couple, based on the 1968 film of the same name, about characters that are opposites of each other, which has become a well-used trope in many movies and TV shows to this day. 1989 seen Paula Abdul's smash hit Opposites Attract.
Take 2 steps back,
We come together,
'cause I'm dressed like a cat.
you know.
Every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong. My life is the complete opposite of everything I want it to be.
Season 5, episode 22 of Seinfeld, called The Opposite, George, unhappy with where his life is heading, decides to turn his life around by doing the exact opposite of his instincts, the opposite of what he would normally do. Has just amazing success.
I want the complete opposite of tuna on toast.
If every instinct you have is wrong, then the opposite would have to be right.
Yes. I will do the opposite. I used to sit here and do nothing and regret it for the rest of the day. So now I will do the opposite and I will do something.
While this may not work 100% in real life, if it teaches us anything, is to try and do the opposite of what you normally do could sometimes make big changes for you. Always say no to that invite out after work? Maybe say yes. Always eat the same boring thing at a restaurant? Maybe try something new. Always tell yourself you'll never get that job you want? Maybe apply anyway.
Greetings, people. Greetings. Greetings and salutations.
SpongeBob. Whatever a good neighbor would do, he does the opposite.
In Season 1, Episode 9 of SpongeBob SquarePants, in an effort to sell his house, Squidward convinces SpongeBob it's opposite day and tells him he should behave the exact opposite of how he normally behaves, thus turning SpongeBob into what Squidward thinks will be a good neighbor. This episode features a funny example of how if one tries to use opposite day nefariously,
Oh, I get it. You don't know what day it is, do you? It's opposite day.
things can humorously blow up in your face.
It only comes once a year, huh, Gary? Gary, where's your holiday spirit? It's just opposite day.
Why, I'm Squidward.
He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward! Are there any other Squidwards I should know about?
Meow.
I'm out of here.
There is also a 2009 movie called Opposite Day, where the tagline is, the world goes backwards on Opposite Day, the kids become adults, and the adults become kids. Seeing as this movie stars Pauly Shore and was readily available on Prime, I figured I'd check it out. The movie's more or less what you would expect, a silly, somewhat cheesy movie where an experiment goes wrong and causes kids to become in control of the town. It's almost baby's first children of the corn, let's be honest. The premise is simple and leads to an entertaining experience kids should enjoy. What kid doesn't dream of being in charge of their parents?
I've got a box of Girl Scout cookies in the trunk.
Are you trying to bribe an officer?
All in all, if you have kids or a kid at heart and don't mind a campy movie, you might enjoy this one, especially if you're watching it on Opposite Day.
Opposite Day.
When kids rule.
Overall, Opposite Day is a silly yet fun holiday that is great to celebrate with kids. Some of my favorite ideas to celebrate Opposite Day would be things like wearing your clothes backwards. What better day to have breakfast for dinner? You can rock out to Opposites Attract and then watch SpongeBob or the movie Opposite Day. Or if you're closer to my age, definitely watch that season 5 episode of Seinfeld. And of course, say the opposite of what you mean. So be sure to dislike this video, forget to subscribe, and please, no comments. I hope you loathe Opposite Day as much as I do. And an extra special thanks to my niece for sneaking and switching old Bill here to board. Now back to Nosaj and G. Thanks, Professor Nosaj. Now that everything's back to normal, thanks for watching Nosaj is Never Bored. Remember, boredom is a choice. Choose not to be bored.
And stay tuned for more great adventures by us.
And next week won't be as boring, we promise.
Later, people.